Deciduous means to fall off. So a deciduous tree is a tree whose leaves fall off every year, either due to winter cold or a dry season. An evergreen tree is a tree that, although it does lose its leaves and needles throughout the year, it is constantly growing new leaves and needles, and so it remains green year-round. This tree is called a Flatwoods Plum, and it is a deciduous tree. And this is one of the few deciduous trees in Florida where we are. This is a type of maple tree, and they lose their leaves every year. And this tree has these little spikes all over it. They hurt. But this is called the Hercules Club tree, and this is a deciduous tree. These leaves, if you want to come close, they fall off every year. So, this tree is a type of walnut tree called a pignut hickory, with this kind of leaf. And this is also a deciduous tree. These leaves fall off every year. This tree is a type of elm tree called a winged elm, and it is also a deciduous tree. Small, slender leaves, but this is a fast-growing tree. And this one is young, but it will get bigger. This is an interesting tree. This is a conifer called a bald cypress, and it is also deciduous. Most conifers are evergreens, but this one loses its needles every year, usually because it's a dry season. As you had learned before, deciduous trees can lose their leaves or their needles because it's cold or because it's dry. This tree is very common in Florida. This is what they call a southern live oak. It's a type of oak tree. And this oak tree has kind of oval-shaped leaves. These are kind of long, more slender oval-shaped leaves. But this is an evergreen, and it keeps leaves year-round. There's another type of oak that is common to northern Europe called the English oak, and it has different shaped leaves. They have little fingers on them, and those leaves fall off every year. That is a deciduous oak, but this is an evergreen oak. These are what are called slash pines. It's a type of conifer, and they are also evergreens. They do lose their needles, but they're always growing new needles back. So throughout the year, they always have green needles growing on them. And the needles on these are quite long in comparison to other conifers. You're having a nice lunch. So, This tree is common to our area here in Florida. This is a southern red cedar, and this is an evergreen tree. It stays green year-round, and it has needle-like leaves, as do many evergreens. Okay, and this is a type of pine tree, a very pretty tree. This one is small, but it's a very pretty tree, and this is an evergreen. It stays like this year-round.